September 16th, 2020. Welcome back to Small Town Sports, Central Kansas. This week, Canton Galva Broadcasting brings you football and volleyball, Sterling brings you tennis, and Haven brings you cross country.
Saturday was senior day in Canton as the 5 seniors were honored before the last pool play match against Wichita Independent. Those 2 teams were joined by Harvey County foes, the Halstead Dragons, and the top 10 ranked Sedgwick Cardinals. First game of the day, Sedgwick won 25-12 and 25-15 over the Eagles. Halstead then defeated the Panthers of Independent 25-9 and 25-15. The Dragons remained on the court and defeated the hosts 25-16 and 25-13. And Independent recovered with a victory over the Eagles 25-18 and 25-20. Sedgwick kept it rolling with a 25-12 and then a tough-fought 25-22 victory over the Panthers. The final pool play match was decided by back-to-back scorelines of 25-16 in favor of the Cardinals. The last 2 pool play games were then a rematch for the bracket round, what was the closest match of the day between the Panthers and Eagles. That went to a third set, which was nip and tuck until the last few points. That went to Independent. Then in the championship, the Sedgwick Steamroller kept on moving as they were just too much for the Dragons, winning by a score of 25-15 and 25-18 to remain unbeaten on the day.
For the first time in about 15 years, the Canton Galva Eagles and the Mountain Ridge Wildcats squared off in a McPherson County showdown. The top-ranked Eagles moved on to 2-0 with a score of 62-6, while Mountain Ridge Wildcats fell to 0-2 on the year.
Canton Galva versus Mountain Ridge. Looks like Mountain Ridge is going to roll out on the pass with their quarterback. Oh, wait, he shifts direction, goes back, and looks like Tyson Struber's going to run over real quick, gets the pick. Looks about from -2 in the end zone. Look at that speed. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. So now we got Garrett Maltby. Hands it off to Braden Collins. Braden Collins breaks up the seam and bounces off a player. And it looks like he's going to get in for the touchdown. Looks like we have a kickoff here. And Mountain Ridge starts returning it. Big hit right there, and Mountain Ridge.
We're going to go ahead and stay in the Wheat State League here as Gossel bounced back to 500 with a road win at Harrington by a score of 32-14. Little River fell in overtime to Clifton Clyde by a score of 42-36, and Peabody fell to 0-2 to the Cougars of Central Christian, 22-0. We're going to move on to the NCAA. Southeast of Saline blanked Beloit 18-0 as the Trojans moved to 2-0 on the season, and the Sacred Heart Knights fell to 0-2 in Brookville to the El Saline Cardinals. The Heart of America was full of out-of-league games. Hutch Trinity traveled to Chaparral and came home with a 42-18 victory. Sterling fell 14-0 at home to a state contender, Garden Plain.
Early highlights. They try to throw a ball deep, but Odin gets the INT in the end zone, running it out. Next here we got another pass play, and Anderson with the sack here. Wait for it, chase him down. Look at the speed. Yes, sir. And then looks like Guerrero, the push out. Touchdown saving tackle right there. And then I think we have Guerrero again here with the interception. Try a little play action pass, try to float it up. No, sir. And Conway Springs defeated Remington 34-20. Looks like Remington's playing defense here, and there's a pass right over the cornerback for a huge gain. Move on to the next play. Quarterback's calling out a signal, runs around the corner over the top, and that is a touchdown. Fumble snap, and it looks like the big boy D lineman picks it up for Remington. Will he score? He gets tackled at about the 27. Looks like Remington's quarterback's gonna take it. Runs up the middle. Got a lot of speed. 10-5 touchdown. In a bright spotlight, the Inman Teutons put up 67 points on the visiting Ellenwood Eagles. In the CKL, Haven defeated Smoky Valley 30-0, putting the Wildcats at 1-1, 50% win-lose rate. And Halstead recorded their second straight shutout, defeating Nickerson 36-0. And the Hillsboro Trojans and Hessen Swathers played an entertaining game, with the red and black coming out victorious by a score of 44-39. Chase County. We'll head over to Chase County. They were defeated at Lebo 52-6.
Chase County highlights. Burdick, the long ball. Sheever's able to hold on to it. Next play is looking like a goal line stand here. And, they make the stand. Next, we got Burdick with a big run. Down the sideline. And
So, wrapping up with some more scores of the Heart of the Plains. Fairfield traveled north to Lincoln and fell 68-16. The Bulldogs of Pretty Prairie were defeated by the Valley Falls Dragons 54-48. And a special mention, though, to the Burton Chargers on getting their first win in over 1,000 days against the Fowler Goldbugs in the 6-man division. My bad. Check out the video on that game from the Wichita Eagle. Link is in the description below. That wraps up the scores from the area for this week.
This week in Small Town Sports Central Kansas Tennis Roundup, we feature the Sterling Lady Black Bears at the Pratt Invitational on Saturday. Sophomore Kate Rowland with the return and Carissa Wilson with the nice shot placement to win the point against Pratt. Senior Aubrey Anderson received serve and placed a nice cross-court dink to win the point against Wellington. As a team, Sterling would finish third behind Wellington and Larned. Sterling number 1 doubles team of Anderson and Riley Richter went 5-0 on the day, defeating Wellington and Larned for the championship. Sterling number 2 doubles of Rowland and Wilson also went undefeated, upending Wellington and Ashland in the finals. In what might be considered a mini-state tournament on Saturday, Heston hosted Central Plains, Heston, Hillsboro, Sacred Heart, Smoky Valley, Wichita Collegiate, and Wichita Independent, with all competing in a state tournament format. Lily Perrin of Sacred Heart took home top medalist in singles, while Gracie Dawes defeated Heston teammate Michaela Martin for third place. In doubles, the team of Isabella Matucci and Catherine Weiss of Sacred Heart took home the silver medal, while Maggie Rockholtz and Carrick Elliott of Smoky Valley took the bronze. Collegiate would take first place in the team competition, finishing second in singles and first in doubles. Sacred Heart would finish second, Heston third, Smoky Valley fourth. That will do it for this week's wrap-up of Small Town Tennis. If you'd like to share your video and results, we'd love to feature your schools as well. Please share on Twitter at #SmallTownSports.
Hi, this is Paul Clements from Haven High School with the results from the first couple of weeks of cross country. Last week saw the beginning of the season, and for Canton Galva at Tescott, Morgan Becker and Christian Dara finished second and third. And then this week they finished second and 12th in the 3 through 1A division. And for the Haven Wildcats of Haven, Kansas, while they did not compete this past week, they did compete at the Pretty Prairie Cross Country event on Thursday, September 3rd. And here are the results from that cross country event in Pretty Prairie. For the boys 5K, with 16 runners, Colin Oswalt finished first with a time of 16 minutes and 14 seconds as he was coming in from Central Christian. Caleb Samlin of Mound Ridge finished second. Lucas Leos from Burton finished third. Landon Kaufman from Mound Ridge finished fourth. And Blake Yoder from Central Christian finished fifth. Haven had Cole Zonker, Sammy Williams, and Ethan Mulligan all finishing 9th, 10th, and 11th. For the girls' 5K, Taylor Hoskinson finished first with a time of 24:54, with Portia Binning from South Barbara in second, Mia Lug from Mound Ridge in third, and Kayla Fox from LRHS rounding out the top four. The boys' 4K had James White finishing in first from Pretty Prairie High School, and John Schwartz, also from Pretty Prairie High School, finishing in second. Reese Yoder finished in third for Haven. And the girls' 4K saw Pretty Prairie with a clean sweep of the top five, with Abigail White finishing first, Sadie Knisley in second, Sophia England in third, Danae McLeland in fourth, and Jaylee Dale in fifth. And those are the results from the last 2 weeks of cross country.
In order to become involved in this endeavor, please send me a message at CG Broadcasting on Twitter, and you can have your highlights featured on next week's episode by using the hashtag SmallTownSports. Thank you very much. Have a nice week.